Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a very lovely evening here in virtual Sakir, Bahrain, for season 11 of AM Tuesdays here on CAS Formula One. Looking forward to this. I'm Kid and Petter, joined alongside by Andy Wu. On your excitement level counter, are you a 1 to yes? Where you at?
I'll put it at 11 for season 11. How about that?
Yeehaw!
Yeah, we're here at one of the better tracks to kick a season off at. Long straights, easy overtaking opportunities, so hope to see a lot of action. Yeah, excited to get everything kicked off this season.
Yeah, and we got big time cucked last week whenever the PSN servers decided to shut down at the absolute worst possible moment, about 10 minutes before we were set to go live for our preseason extravaganza. So we're a little bit rusty up here. Unfortunately, fortunately it's working tonight, but unfortunately we didn't get to really go into detail on all the drivers and teams, new pairings, rookies here in CAS, but we'll try to cover as much of that as we go on here this evening. DK Nortec, he's no stranger to Arabian Nights, and he is out here. First one to set a lap, I think. Oh, no, he's still an out lap, I guess. Never mind. So there goes my entire intro. Andy, do you want to cover for me while I try to find who's first on track?
Yeah, I don't really have too much to add. We do have a couple new drivers on the grid. Namely,
no, wait, no.
Did we ever get a pronunciation on
I don't.
Our second McLaren drivers? So we're just gonna go with Chewy.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Chewy until stated otherwise.
All right.
Loans
we have
15.
Oh,
that's Chase NASCAR, by the way. He's on a secondary account because he likes to say bad words over the internet. Don't be like him.
I wish we really would have had our preseason race because I have like all my audio settings wrong and I can barely hear anything. Oh my goodness, the cars are so loud. But yeah, speaking of new drivers, second place, Orlando, making his AM2 debut.
I wonder if he's related to Orlando Bloom. He was, I believe, in the EU3 race the other day. Chase NASCAR, which we will refer to him as, so don't get confused. Hopefully he gets that sorted soon. But he sets the best time, and he is the best returning finisher from last season here in Bahrain. We had Ben, the eventual champion Ben. He won in commanding fashion. ZX had a pretty lonely race behind him. And then 13th to about 13th, or 3rd to 13th was absolutely nuts, and Chase here came out on top for his only career AM2 podium. Let's run along with Chewy. Just mentioned him. He's new. See what he's got as he goes starts sector 3, almost oversteps the boundaries there coming out of turn 13. Easy thing to do.
At McLaren's home track, I guess now. Bahrain investors in the team.
Oh, I can't hear any game audio. I can fix that.
I mean, do we restart the stream?
No, it's something I can fix. I've just never had it happen before, but since it's on...
Mess with the game audio. Just like turn it off and turn it back on again. See, this is why we needed our preseason race.
Jeez. Yeah. FR. If anybody in the comments knows how to fix this, that would be pretty helpful, but I think it's a new TV thing. Maybe if I go into party... Oh. There you go. Red Mass finished second last night. In the AM2 or AM3 race, he actually had, what did he do? Actually the best time of the week so far. 1:28.860, or no, 1:28.763. That actually would have been pole last year in AM2. I have no idea how to fix this, so kind of. What if I just turned up my TV? You think I could just do that?
Can you hear game on?
Yeah.
Do you have it going through your headset?
No. No, can you hear it?
See if that'll do it.
Oh, maybe
Like,
because I had no volume on the TV, it did not. Okay. Maybe that had something to do with it. Alright, well, sorry about that, but like I said, blame PlayStation, do not blame me. Because they shut their servers down for the worst possible hour and a half last Tuesday night. Didn't really get any of these issues out of the way. Should be good now, though. Hopefully, you can't hear it too loud.
It's pretty loud. At least I can hear it. I don't know.
Turn
if
it down a little bit.
See if I mean, can you run your audio through your headset?
I can, but I don't know. If everybody says it's good, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with
you. About it. Don't worry about it some other time. Express is on a hot lap. Express finished 19th in the points last year, so not ideal for him. His teammate Dream, though, came through. He finished 6th, so maybe Express is definitely around the same pace as Dream, just didn't have a whole lot of luck. He briefly sets a purple sector 2. We'll have to see if that's a glitch or not, as he comes around the final 3 corners of the circuit. 13 just exited into 14 and 15. Not sure why these are 2 separate corners. It's very much one. Nonetheless, he is rocketing towards the line in his Mercedes-Benz. That's a P5 provisionally for Express. Some of the heavy hitters still are out on their second run. Looks like E. Warren is out there in Sector 2 right now.
Oh, we got a spinner. Texas Tornado out of the Turn 8 hairpin is backwards. Hopefully he can get going without killing anyone before he gets disqualified.
Oh, there's a McLaren right there. Oh, and what is this? Chewy and...
Oh, man.
Chewy and
Is that E. Warren?
Chewy and E. Warren have gotten into some
E. Warren
sort
got
of
a grid penalty.
incident. Yeah, and E. Warren has picked up a 5-place grid penalty. Not sure what exactly was going on there. It does say Chewy's on his 3rd lap. So I'm not sure if he's just getting some practice in or what. Maybe got in the way of E. Warren. I'm just speculating. Purely speculation on my part. Speaking of dudes, here's Deathstorm. Did a great job covering the AM3 race last night. And he's looking for some redemption. Gets a little squiggly out of turn 2. Very common. But he hangs on to it as he heads into 4. Finished. Where did he finish last season? 15th in points last season. He was actually the Electric Blade anniversary or memorial Cuck of the Year last year for the amount of first lap incidents that were not his fault that he got involved in, completely destroying his race. Red Bull, he and E. Warren are definitely looking for better luck this go around. But as we watch these guys circulate, we really don't have anything to go off of in terms of championship. My guess is as good as anybody else's, but I know that you had a pretty hot take.
Yeah, I'd say BBR at Garvey. After our preseason adventures, we did do a couple 5-lapper lobbies, trying to look for some new talent. He was rapid, and it could just be that he actually plays this game, unlike a majority of us. But he looked really good, and if you look at the back half of last season, finished off last season with a podium in Brazil. Showing that the pace is there. So, he's probably be my my way too early to tell choice for
we'll have a
champion
slightly clearer picture, I think, after this week. But it seems like everybody's kind of in between laps at the moment. Got a couple guys on an out lap, including Matthew Robbo, 97. 1997. You think that's the year he was born? Wow, this guy's old.
Yeah, sure is really old.
Tin Man.
Thank goodness nobody's older than that.
Yeah,
right?
no one in here is older than that, I don't think. Tin Man might be, though. Tin Man, last year's AM3 champion. Now, Tin Man is one of those guys that still plays a lot of this game. In that number 38 Alpha Tauri. I'm really intrigued to see what he can do this season, personally. I'm not going to say he's going to contend for the championship, but I think he's definitely going to be able to contend for possibly podiums, maybe push for a top 5 or top 6 in the championship. That'd be a good trajectory for him. You flat out dominated last season in AM3.
Yeah, I'd say that whole Alpha Tauri team. Definitely one of the stronger outfits this season in AM2. As a whole. I think both him, Tin Man and Texas, both promotions from AM3, I guess, in a way. But yeah, I mean, Tin Man, champion last season, definitely reserved a lot in AM2. And was floating around the mid-pack, so I'd expect nothing less than that from him this season.
Yeah, he always showed well for himself when he came up here. Probably 4 or 5 times that he did last season. But keep a lookout for that cute little Finding Nemo helmet he's got on. Might as well just wind it out with him on this lap. Wing It has gone P2 at the 29 flat. For reference, the season 10 pole time here was set by Ben, and it was a 28.786.
So we're close.
Yeah, we're getting close, but these fast times have seemed to stall out as we've gone along here. Either way,
this lap from Tin Man looks very cautious. Looks like he definitely just wants to get one on the board. Yeah, and I'd say that time reflects it. It didn't look like he was really pushing the car all that much.
There's Maddie, currently on a flying lap. We'll check him out. It looks like Dream was a little bit behind Tin Man. He's gone provisionally P8. He was online to get a podium last year here in Bahrain, but he had a half spin on the final lap, giving that to Chase.
Maddie isn't using any ERS on this lap.
Oh, so he doesn't. Yeah, he's not in track.
So you know.
We got a super sub. The Johnny Damon. No, that is not former Royals, Red Sox, and Yankees center fielder Johnny Damon. At least I don't think. If it is, Johnny does have the high score in the DUI clubhouse, even beating my record with a .30. So congrats to Johnny on that. Hopefully he's not drunk right now. But he is going to be the super sub, or one of a rotating cast of super subs, I believe. In AM2 this year, we got Johnny Acid Masters. Is there someone else? Arbar. Yeah, Arbar. The return of Arbar.
And probably a lot of Maddie, if I had to assume.
Yeah, he's definitely.
He's not a designated super sub like Johnny here.
Yeah, he's definitely goes there. Johnny goes P13. Let's see, Orlando, another rookie. We'll have to keep an eye on contenders for Rookie of the Year, because we do have quite a few. I did not actually count all of them. If we're counting Garvey, I believe it's...
I wouldn't count Garvey or Texas.
I think Garvey counts because he only did like the last 2 races.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, I could get behind that. Are we counting Exotic?
Texas did like a half season, probably more than half a season.
Are we counting Exotic, who is now promoted from super sub to full-time driver?
Is he done chasing that bag?
Yeah, he is. He is with us full time.
So he has secured the bag. Oh, congrats to Exotic for grabbing that bag with both hands. His teammate right now crossing the line goes P10. Exotic, the aforementioned Exotic, is on an outlap in that Aston Martin Mercedes Express yet again. Don't want to get stuck on the same guys. Texas is actually in P5 right now, and it looks like he might... Nope. I'm not sure if that sector time up in the right corner is deceiving me. It says 2 minutes and 12 seconds. That's a pretty slow time.
Yeah, he's starting a lap here.
Okay, so... Yeah, so it's the scoreboard is deceiving me. It's always one thing or another. Haven't really talked about the other championship contenders. I think out of the returners, the top 2 favored would probably be the guys that finished 4th and 5th as they are the highest returners in the league. That would be Cheesehead and Wing It. Wing It ended the season on a 2-race win streak, as a matter of fact. Am I correct in that statement? Let me check.
Yep.
Yes, he sure did. Miami and Brazil swept the North American swing. So he's coming in with some momentum, and it sounds like he's going to be able to make a full season. He had to miss a lot because of a wonky work schedule last year, but I think he's going to be with us for the long haul with his teammate DK, Team Ding It reunited. That should be a definite championship challenger. The other one is the guy who finished fourth, Cheesehead, right here in the Ferrari. He is up almost half a second on his previous time that it has put him in ninth. This should be tracking close to the pole time set by Chase, which is an 8.52.
Texas Tornado's on a good one as well. He's up just shy of 2/10 on his 29.1. Cheesehead goes P2.
P2. And we'll check back in with Texas as he comes around the final 2 corners. And he goes P2.
Oh, man, by 4/1000ths. Goodness gracious.
4/1000ths of a second. That is tight. Wing It is on a hot lap. Secure the Perks is on a hot lap. Let's see what these guys are in relative to one another. Red Mask, last night's pole sitter, is behind those two. Looks like Express might be pushing again.
Yeah, Wing It is slightly down on his time in the middle sector.
Looks like Exotic's about to start one. Or no, I think he's going to give up. Waving the white flag. Shout out to the Confederacy. Red Mask is booking it. Around 12. Keeping the car stable. Exotic has retired from session. He sets a purple sector too.
Wing It just ahead of Red Mask here is just about matching his time. We'll see if he comes into the pits or not at the end of this lap. Oh, he might be up.
So he's
going to finish it
out.
No improvement. Just barely. 3/100ths down on his last
going
time.
The wrong way. Red Mask into P5. Secure the Perks.
Oh,
28.794. Out of Secure the Perks, and that's actually slower somehow than the AM2.
Oh, DK
time
up to P6.
Up into P6. And I think that'll do it, as Matty Robbo is going to cross the line as well. He's Cheesehead trying for another lap. He's invalidated. I don't think this is going to count.
It.
So that is it. And we thought this would be an interesting dichotomy for the season. We don't know where everybody's sitting at the moment due to the no preseason test. But the opening salvo here is fired by Secure the Perks, who's still in search for that first career podium.
Oh, and E. Warren, I completely forgot about that. He has a 5-place grid penalty after colliding with Chewy earlier in the session, so he'll drop further back, moving DK into the top 5. But look at that grid. I mean, 5/10ths through the top 10, and
this is going to be
just about a second, 7/10ths to 14th.
It's going to be an interesting one. I have a feeling in my loins. Bahrain always throws up bangers. And so does AM2 overall. So I think we've got a good mix here this evening. E. Warren does have that 5-position grid penalty, don't forget, for whatever may have happened. I might have to check the Discord here in a second. A lot of comments. Shout out to everybody watching. Tune in at home. Shout out to Gru, VTech. Who else we got? It's a lot of Gru and VTech. B. Schultz says, let's go Deathstorm. Jay says, let's go Red Bull Boys.
No, B. Schultz is actually a new guy, just joined the server.
Oh, cool.
Like yesterday. So shout out to him.
Because I was the one that did the...
Yeah, he was in the AM3 race. I'm pretty sure he's watching that one.
Yeah, I hit him with the Discord link. Cam, Electric. The two guys that have been promoted. The champion last year, Ben, will be joining us on select broadcasts this season. So that's some exciting news as well. Could have made it tonight, but someone decided to no call, no show. But I'll take it easy on him since it's his first race. If anybody wants to get some predictions in, feel free. We're about to get cracking here in the Kingdom of Bahrain, home track of McLaren. Is it still? Did McLaren sell to somebody else?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't
So
know. We'll just
Zach
go
Brown
with
is a money making machine, and you know
Sure is.
I just let him do what he need to do.
he sure
but
is.
I mean, talk about a message from Alpine in that qualifying session. A
Yes,
letter of intent,
very
if you
good.
will.
Very good. Check tires. I'm expecting mediums to hards and hards to mediums as this formation lap is about to get underway. There we go. But yeah, definitely a big shot from Alpine. Secure the Perks had a pretty good race here last season. Unfortunately, I think he wound up P8, which wasn't really indicative. I'm going to go ahead and pause that. I'm going to play what you've all been waiting for.
Secure the Perks. Very nice one.
Alright, round 1, season 11, AM Tuesday. Let's get to crack and secure the Perks. Is on pole on the hard compound tires. Ballsy call out of Perks, looking for his first career podium. Speaking of first career podiums, his teammate Chase got his first career podium here last season in round 2. He's also on the hards. Texas with a good qualifying will put it on the inside of the second row, or outside of the second row, excuse me. Cheesehead, one of the championship favorites going into the season, starts 4th. DK, back from sleeping in camels in the middle of the desert in Jordan, he is starting P5, coming off of a P4 in his last race, I believe, at the end of the season last year. Red Mask, last night's P2 getter, the podium sitter in AM3. He is going to be starting on the hard compound tires in 6th. Wing It, DK's teammate, starting behind DK on the mediums in 7th. Express in 8th. BBR, a Garvey, Andy's dark horse pick to win the championship, will be starting P9 on the hards. E. Warren in 8th, or in 10th, is on the mediums. Dream on the mediums. Orlando in his contest of speed, AM2 Bew. That didn't sound as cool as I thought it would. He's starting on the hards in 12th next to his teammate, in front of his teammate, I Exotic. Johnny Damon, not driving drunk. He's starting on the softs, though. Wild move, in my opinion. He's starting next to Chewy, making his debut on the mediums. Final 4 are on the hards. It is Harris Plex, who said he's going to Mazda spin. It's Deathstorm, looking for better luck. It's last season's AM3 champion, Tin Man, and it's Matty Robbo, who is old and creaky at this point, starting last.
I'd keep my eye on at the start here. Cheesehead, P4 on the mediums. I think he's going to get past both these Alpines here within the first lap, if not at turn 1. And I'd say his Ferrari teammate starting on the softs in the back of the pack, looking to get track position. I like it. I like the call.
Cam, you can tell Ben that I was actually talking about a driver, not Ben. Ben's free to join, though, since there's only 19. We got 5 lights out here in Sakir, and we are off. Oh, we got the light glitch. That's back. Cool. Alright, let's see a little bit further back. We got Cheesehead in Texas on those softer medium compound tires. But it's actually Chase who gets an incredible launch!
Oh my goodness, what just happened?
Who is that? I didn't get a great read on what happened there, but we got chaos. Did Cheesehead just completely miss?
It looks like Texas is lagging all over the place. Oh boy. That was... Oh, we got contact. E. Warren into the side of Red Mask.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh man, what?
Oh, we've got...
The bowling alley just happened there.
We've got an extremely chaotic start. These guys are usually well behaved, but first race of the season, they've got some jitters apparently, and we've got action up front. That is Express in Johnny Damon.
Johnny Damon's up P6, P7.
Yeah, he's up to also soft tires, and everybody's banging into each other in front of him. No TAS available. I think that is under construction, so we can't really check and see damage on anybody, but Wing It has snuck his way up into P2 behind Texas Tornado, and these guys on mediums are looking to foil the hard runners' plans.
Dreams around out of turn 12. Going up the hill there. Oh, and that Alpine behind him!
Oh no,
my
let's
goodness,
secure the perks! And that was the pull. Oh, the pole sitter secured the perks, and he retires on track, and that's going to be a penalty point. But I can't blame him. Oh, that is just bad news, Bears.
That's tough luck.
That is not how he wanted to start.
Well, outside of those top two, through all that chaos, the rest of the field is all backed up behind Red Mask, reserving on the hards, the highest hard runner at the moment by a couple of spots.
Yeah, and this is quite frankly do or die, I think, for E. Warren. His Tin Man has retired.
Calls it quits in the pits.
In the pits on lap 1 of his full-time AM2 debut. And he is out of here.
Oh,
unfortunately. Who is
E.
that?
Warren's around.
E. Warren's around.
Whoa, he's reversing back on the track.
Ghosting is off, fellas. And he goes all the way back down. Now it's Express's turn to take a crack at Red Mask. The Dutch Wonder. So looks like we're going to have a bit of a... Yeah, Red Mask is Dutch.
Okay.
It's Dutch with a wild bedtime. Doesn't have a bedtime, as a matter of fact. Still up with us twice a week. Express, did he get a little help? I don't think so. I think he lost that on his own.
Oh, man. Shoot. Gonna be close. Oh, we're good, I think. Fouls back into about 14th.
Absolute chaos, and there's just a curse behind Red Mask. Anybody who gets close to him spins. See if Johnny Damon's got any sticky stuff left on those soft compound tires.
Yeah,
He's going to have a gigantic run coming out of turns 14 and 15. And we can't get a worse camera angle for that. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, Wing It just got into the back of Texas. He waited for him, but that closed everyone right back up to the lead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Wing It waited for him, just barely tapped him at turn 1. But now we got a race on our hands.
Yeah, do have a race on our hands with 3 different strategies in the top 5. And, boy, what an absolute chaotic start here.
Oh,
Bahrain is
up the inside of Raiden.
Sending it down the inside of Red Mask. Can get a little sneaky there into turn 8. That's what he was trying. Did not come off as he probably expected, but he does have DRS here. Let's see if he can close up one more time. Texas now has a 1 second plus advantage over Wing It there in P2. I think Cheesehead's going to be able to... Ooh, he's going to try to make it stick. The switchback from Red Mask.
Whoa, man, he sailed it around the outside there.
Ooh.
Yeah, those hard tires, they look good out of the corner, but he just seems to have a lot of understeer when he's entering at the moment. Maybe once these tires heat up, he'll Red Mask will have a little bit more grip, but right now holding his own. Do DRS. Cheesehead should be able to get this move done.
Word from the infield care center: Tin Man is actually sick.
Oh man!
So he actually pulled out of the race. Hope he feels better. Hope you feel better, Tin Man.
Man, those two are still going at it.
And these guys are side by side. Wing It has closed back into DRS range on Texas. Who is this? Cheesehead.
He still can't get that move done.
Yeah. He's trying. He's throwing everything at it. You can't quite get there. If you're just now joining us, absolute scenes on the race start. Both Alpines locked out the front row, and as you can see, Secure the Perks is DNF'd, and Chase is all the way down in 9th. Texas Tornado
just had a series of moves. Oh, further back, Harrisplex has spun out of 7th place and is now down into 9th, but I was gonna say we just had a flurry of moves from 10th on to 13th. I think everyone just passed one another. They're all in a little train now behind BBR and Garvey, but I think they were all behind Deathstorm there on the hards, who's driving the struggle bus at the moment.
Biggest mover so far, Matty Robbo, kept his nose clean. And he is
Deathstorm just got a little
spots.
bit of help from E. Warren up the hill at turn 12.
Well, this is not an unfamiliar sight for Deathstorm.
Yeah.
He's not going to be too thrilled that his season is starting the same way that his entire last season went. Here's Cheesehead pulling out on a move into turn 1. Will this be the time that Dewey's going to... Ooh, got a little bit deep. Red Mask going to have to back out. And I think Orlando might have a run on him as well.
Orlando has the DRS, but he's just not burning any DRS. Not looking to make a move there. But man, the Red Mask just cannot get the car to turn.
And I saw a pretty tight battle between him and BK, who was in the chat, and that's Orlando around.
No.
Coming out of 7.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god.
He just pulled right off into the track. I think he got Harris. Yeah, it was Harris.
Oh boy. Are these guys not aware that there's no ghosting? All of a sudden?
I guess not.
It's definitely probably been mentioned.
You know, we didn't have a preseason race. That's what I blame this on.
Same. But I don't think Harris is going to be too thrilled. This is a PSA to everybody. Do not pull out on track in front of others. We have seen that a few times tonight, and I don't think there's going to be too many happy people in the Discord.
Bravo, right?
Wingit still stalking Texas. Check their ERS real quick.
It's about 30% more for Wingit. I've been on board with him here, but yeah, he doesn't really want to make a move because Texas is lagging all over the place.
Lagging pretty bad.
Got DK making a move on EBR Garvey for P8. And Orlando is now in a three-way battle between himself, E. Warren, and Express.
Yeah, this is pretty tight between these two. Warren's got the outside, Orlando on the inside. We'll see who braves it through here. Can't go too wide through here, fellas.
Oh, yeah, you can. They did.
Oh, they did. And there is our first heli shot of the night as we check this very tight battle for the final point. Got Express and Dream, the two Mercedes teammates, really duking it out.
I hope to see them get some better results. Dream, you know, did fine last season, but Express really failed to score a point.
He got 4 points.
Did he? I don't remember him.
Yeah, he got 2 P9s, I think. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah.
I remember I was doing that.
He got a P8 in Austria. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Here's
I remember going through my roster, seeing it was very far down the list from last season. But Texas still trying to keep his nose in there for that moving to turn one.
A little bit of oversteer through 2 from Texas. We'll see if Wingit, who's been saving a lot of ERS behind him, can stretch that gap out. Oh my god,
Texas got back into him.
Boy, this might be an internet reprimand. This is this was very questionable. See in the distance there, it's Johnny Damon, who's done well to stretch these soft 7 laps. That window's got to be opening. You'd think either this lap or very late as
yeah, he was actually doing a really good job catching those two in front of him. Got within about 1.5 seconds, and then now he's starting to fall back a little bit as those soft tires start screaming for help. Wonder what he's going to go to here. I mean, if he's going to try to stop it, but I think he could probably stretch the hards from here to the end.
Yeah, if he's...
who's that around? Maddie around. P6 is no longer in P6.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a P... Not 6. Oh, and he pulls up right in front of Chewy.
Good enough. P14.
P14. And now Chewy's out of TRS on these guys. Miscommunication there. Texas is looking for a move again. Wingit's
Wingit really deep. Oh my goodness.
Really deep. Alright, so we've got a good battle forming up front. Wingit defensive. Tried to seal off the inside, but missed his braking point. Went about 20 meters deep into turn 1. Texas Tornado regains the lead for now. at least. Garvey up into P7. He's looking for a move on Nortec. This is about the time where those hards are going to probably start feeling better than the mediums here in the next couple laps. And,
yeah, the problem is, if Johnny Damon or any of these medium runners pit at the moment, they're going to be coming out right behind that long train from P6 all the way back to 13.
That is a feisty pack. It is staying within DRS up front, but let's watch Garvey here. He's not going to have enough to make a move into P6. Should be pretty close, along with Wing It once get on that long front straightaway. On board with Wing It, see how much he can close up. Not using any of the button, doesn't look like he is content to just go off of DRS power.
Here comes Johnny Damon into the pits, off those soft tires. Did a really good job getting 8 laps out of him.
Yep.
And he is going to the hards, it looks like.
Yep, those are the hards for Johnny Damon. He's going to have to stretch those 20 laps. And it is doable to keep an eye on him as this race wears down. He done an excellent job up from, I think, is it 13th or 14th on the grid?
Somewhere back there.
It is, again, all over the back of Texas.
Yeah, it's just, if I'm Wing It, as much as I'd like, even if he thinks he's faster, I just wouldn't trust making a move on Texas with the internet going on ahead of him, just all over the place. It's really hard to make a move, or just get away, for that matter.
Indeed. And I don't disagree with you, but you got to remember, the suck is so powerful, especially down that main straightaway around here.
The strong suck.
It is a Nancy Reagan level suck down the front straight.
Yeah.
With that DRS wide open.
Not the only one that's wide open, Nancy Reagan. We are a little further back. I saw Exotic and Deathstorm having a pretty good battle back in 14th and 15th, but Johnny Damon came out ahead of them. So if we're looking for the little window that the leaders are trying to fit into, maybe it's that one, because there is a pretty sizable gap behind the feisty train.
Yeah.
And ahead of that little trio of 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Boy, look at, oh god, look at Texas. Oh, he's just all over the place.
Oh, Wing It made a move. Whoa, yeah, my goodness. He's...
I mean, we're getting really close here. Jeez.
It's so scary. Chase NASCAR. Oh, shout out. P4. Really strong recovery after being completely wiped out in turn 1.
Yeah.
It can't be said for his teammate, but I know Chase is all the way back down to 15th at some point.
Unfortunately, the percolator died of dysentery in turn 11.
Yeah.
After setting
he was
pole.
Sick as well.
Yeah, everybody's sick. These guys are still
Chase,
very close. We got a yellow flag somewhere. That's
Exotic.
Exotic
is spun out of turn 8.
Ah, he used to get a little too much traction there. It'll spin you right round. Shout out to Flo Rida, who just won an $82 million court case against energy drink brand Celsius. Can't wait for him to get back to making music. Texas
Chase NASCAR also on the hearts. Didn't row, and he sets the fastest lap.
He
How about
sure
that?
did. He sure did. Now, obviously, around here, if you've played this game more than once, or have watched F1,
it's off of the hards this early. What? Is that for damage?
Let's go back and check. Looks like Wing's gonna hold him off.
There's a new wing going on that McLaren.
That's unfortunate. Unfortunate for Garvey. It's been a tough opening round for McLaren here this evening, and it's probably going to be a tough opening round for McLaren tomorrow night as well. If being completely honest. That is us, by the way. If you pick up the context clues. Wing it. Still leading. Texas on his heels. Gonna pop out at your party. In turn 11, and Wing It does a good job holding the outside line. Gonna have the inside line through 13 or through 12 into 13. But Texas is all over the back of him.
And all over the place.
Yeah, maybe inside of him. Who knows? It's kind of hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, I can always tell when you're inside of me. So Orlando make a move after Red Mask's mistake.
Oh, Texas!
Whoa!
Texas lost it.
Oh my goodness!
Coming out of 13, he's gonna have to pit early here. Got a 14,
Chase had to
15.
Like just about dip his tires in the gravel trap on the exit of 14 and 15 there to avoid Texas, just trying to do the slowest looping turn known to man after looping it there.
Yep, that is a brown undersuit moment for. Is he still the lone Canadian? Chase?
I think so.
Wow, just absolutely.
I haven't seen a new Canadian shirt.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell, anyways. But
yeah, I mean, you never know. Johnny Damon is rocking a French flag, so I mean that could be French Canadian.
I'm pretty sure French Canadians don't like France.
Yeah, so I don't want to assume. Could just be rocking a French flag.
Maybe he just likes blue.
I'm pretty sure Orlando is
maybe he's a Crip.
Mexico, or is at least rocking a Mexican flag. So that is a it's different than the other 18 Americans in here. Oh
no, Orlando's got
on track. I guess
that is another retirement on track.
It is send a PSA on that one.
PSA to everybody: do not pull out on track in front of other people, and also
retire in the pits.
Yeah, retire in the pits.
I think we actually have a new rule on that this season. You have to make it 50% of the race before retiring in the pits, or risk getting more penalty points for your actions.
So, okay. Sue me then.
Yeah. You can still call it quits in the pits, but just, after halfway. There's a lot of stuff that can happen in a race, especially when there's more people left in it.
What if you're like Tillman and you're sick? Do you get
extenuating circumstances still apply, yes. If your mother dies, you can leave the lobby.
Well, that's messed up. Why would you think that? DK is pit for hards.
Just a
back in 14
situation. Who's that around?
Maddie
again.
Maddie has lost it, and he is way out there.
There's a Ferrari coming around too.
If I had to guess, he probably hit a little too much entry curb there in turn 6. I did that quite a few times when I practiced around here for the first time in months and months and months last night. At least I saved it every time, though. Orlando, by the way.
Right there.
Orlando, by the way, he's got the Nemo helmet as well.
Nice. He was very kind to Red Mask there. Red Mask just looking up the inside into turn 12. Orlando gave him the tire track.
Wing It's really stretching these mediums out. See how that plays out for him. Cheesehead's gonna go for an undercut. I don't know if it's going to be powerful enough to get him, especially on these cold, hard tires.
See where he comes out in relation to his teammate, who is now coming down the main straight.
That's Johnny Damon. Oh, I think it's going to be really close.
And Cheesehead's going to have to warm these tires up too. Warm-up process is. Oh my goodness! Is there contact there or something?
No, I think that was like lag.
Oh man.
I guess everybody's doing it. Matty Rabo, his tires are up to temp. 13 laps old.
13 laps old.
And he just spun on him. Cheesehead. Yeah, and he's going to get Cheesehead there. And he'll be hunting down Johnny Damon. So these guys do both come out in front of Texas Tornado. Texas is about 2 seconds behind Cheesehead.
But that'll close rapidly while Cheesehead's still trying to warm these things up. I think Texas would definitely get within DRS of the Ferrari.
Check back in on the race leader, looking for his third consecutive victory going back to last season. It's Wing It, and he is in for what should be his only pit stop of the evening. Be putting on those hards after a solid 14-lap stint on the medium compound tires. Chase has inherited the lead. So this pit stop from Wing It. See where he comes out. Looks like he's going to come out behind Red Mask. Yep, he's pretty far back there. We'll express his pit as well. Johnny Damon, yeah, Wing is going to have a pretty big advantage here. If he can get those hards up.
He'll lose a little bit of time in the warm-up process on this lap, and maybe a little bit into the next lap. Texas Tornado's got past Cheesehead. Just Cheesehead cannot get temperature into him. So I think it'll be a pretty tough lap here for Wing It. Got to avoid any mistakes, but he does look good up front. Oh, who's that around? Red Mask. The spun.
This is tight.
Yeah, just punch it. Punch it. There you go.
Yeah. Interesting spot.
Yeah, that'll be through the S's there, and he just slid all the way to the corner wall of that turn 8 hairpin.
Yeah. It's an awkward spot to come out. It's such a sharp hairpin. That tire barrier juts out pretty far. Had to circumnavigate it. But now Johnny Damon and Matty Robbo are on the heels. Ian Warren, the only man remaining on the mediums that started on him, I should clarify. 14 lap old. I believe he's
still
try
going?
to hold it out. Maybe trying to get to softs. I think the first race isn't really the time to be trying stuff like that. But you know, I'm not hating the player. Some guys.
Yeah,
just like
I mean
risks.
it's a bold strategy. He does have someone to kind of suck him along, following Orlando on those hards. So I guess he doesn't really have to push the mediums too hard if he is trying to stretch them.
Oh, Red Mask.
Called it quits in the pits.
What? Wow. That's a lot of retirements. Without actually retiring, it's 4 so far.
Well, not too sure why, but it's not my job to ask questions.
It's late. It's late. And, you're right about E. Warren. He is getting sucked like he's driving Nancy Reagan to Las Vegas right now. You can see those mediums are getting a little squirrely as he goes through these high-speed 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th gear corners. The last squiggly part of the circuit, and I think this is probably the time to pit if he's going to.
His teammates around.
Oh man, that's the one. Oh, I hate to see it.
Yeah, I think if I'm E-Warren here, he has DRS, but I'd follow Orlando in.
Now, this is going to be interesting. The softs aren't going to make it this far. This is going to be 12 laps.
He's going to Hearts.
Okay. So
interesting.
I'm not really sure what that accomplished, but
Ferrari strategy 101.
Yeah. But Cheesehead in Texas. This is going to be for provisionally the 3rd podium spot. Ooh, as Cheesehead gets extremely wiggly. Shot the Piggly Wiggly coming out of the 2nd corner.
Got to battle Orlando and E. Warren coming out right in the middle of DK and Garvey for the fringe points here. E. Warren's going to really struggle on these cold hards.
Yeah,
and
Garvey is so much faster on these tires.
Gotta send it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to send it into turn 8. And I
no
think
contact either.
Yeah,
I mean, he just had so much grip.
He's gonna have enough grip to get that done, no problemo. Into the final points paying position for now is Garvey.
If Warren can hold on to the back of Garvey, I think that'll probably bode well for him, because Garvey is on 6-lap old mediums. Remember him hitting earlier for damage. So I don't know what the tire wear is really looking like on that McLaren, but it's probably not the best.
We have 2 final holdouts on those hard tires. It's Matty Rabo and iExotic in 4th and 7th, respectively. iExotic is going to call it.
Chase is still leading this race on the hards.
Yep, Chase might be able to take these hards into soft territory, and at that point, this race gets extremely interesting.
He's already 17 seconds ahead of, or he's 17 seconds ahead of Wing It, and that gap, I haven't really been paying attention to it, but I think it's, I mean, it's not really moving too much. If it stays like that, that's only a 5-ish, 6-second gap once Chase comes out the pits.
I believe the gap was 6.5 when Wing It pit. 6 to 6.5. DK's gotten around Orlando for P7. Orlando should have a tire advantage though, going forward. Mr. Cheesehead still in hot pursuit of Texas's tail. See gap to leader here. Wrong thing. Leader. Johnny Damon is 24 seconds off the lead. Texas and Cheesehead are about 27 seconds off the lead, and then it's 37 all the way back to DK. So, we'll see what happens. Wing It sets fastest lap of the race.
And if I'm Chase, I think...
switch the stuff up
here. I don't know. It's hard to justify pitting now when you probably should have pit a couple laps ago for the mediums, but that fastest lap there tells me, like, hey, I'm losing a lot of time here, especially if you're not setting laps really close to that.
Yeah, and I mean, 10 laps on those mediums, you really wouldn't worry about those degrading really at all. They would be in the prime of their life from about half a lap in to your out lap to the end of the race. But we'll see if he sticks to the plan here and stays on what I think is a hard soft, the inverse of what Johnny Damon did. Johnny
DK
Damon.
and Orlando having a nice battle there for P7 and 8. Orlando got DK into turn 1, and DK got him back into turn 4.
Fun racing out of these two.
Yep.
Orlando doing a good job in his first race on the AM side, at least. I think we saw him on the EU3 race yesterday, filling in. Of course, only 3 tiers on the EU side now, so 3 tiers on both. A little more even, and honestly, it looks like AM3 might be a little quicker for going off both times.
Yeah.
Although Red Mask does race in both, so, and he is actually European, so I don't know. Take that as you will, but that gap is closed quite a bit. And speaking of gaps closing quite a bit, Orlando, 1/4 of a second off the rear end of DK, and I don't think there's anything DK is going to be able to do to fight this. Dream pumps in fastest lap on those hards, sitting currently in P10. Ooh, good defense. Yeah, good defense from DK to not give up. But unfortunately for him, that's going to open him up to Garvey. Garvey's going to be able to make a move down the inside of those medium compound tires. Cheesehead didn't have DRS. A little bit of wheel bang in there. Remember, Garvey, DK's a veteran. We don't treat our veterans like that.
I think he's still in the service, so does that count as a veteran, or is it...
Well, we support our troops here.
Yeah. Thank you for the service.
I give every troop I see in the airport the Nancy Reagan special. If they want it, of course. DK, though, in that whole schmozzle, that's going to give Orlando a very good opportunity to break DRS to these guys behind him. Obviously, he and Garvey kind of came in, or actually Garvey on those 9-lap medium compound tires. Those are going to be tight. That's going to be tight at the end of this race. I'm not sure if those are going to make it, if I'm being completely honest. But if there's any, I guess, what, Harris has a, Harris is on 14-lap mediums. You can see how long he takes that for reference. I'll forget about that. I've had 4 years already. But whatever. Anyways, that is, oh wow. So Chase still has not pit. The gap isn't really coming down much, if I'm being honest.
It's about a little bit. Half a second a lap, really, at the moment.
Yeah, it's not closing quite the way that I thought it would. So,
yeah, there's not really much movement anywhere else either. Maddie's just holding onto the back of Johnny Damon, dragging his Williams along. Not quite sure where Maddie's going to end up, though, overall, when he gets.
BK says, pause. Man really said, suck him along, unironically. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like getting sucked by a dude, then I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's 2016, BK. Seriously. Jeez. And here's the moment we've been waiting for, because this Bahrain race is slowly turned into a bit of a procession.
Oh, Maddie has died.
Oh, and that's not good for Maddie. But it is Chase NASCAR, and this is going to be the most important part of this race. Chase NASCAR is put on the softs. He is going to have some time to make up, but Wingett's going to have to...
It's not that much.
It's really not a whole lot. When you consider those softs are probably going to be about 1.5 seconds faster for a few laps, at least.
Yeah, we'll see. Those hards are only 7 laps old, so really not that bad. I don't think Chase really has to worry about Johnny, who's about 2 seconds back on 13-lap old hards.
Whoa, 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 look at this! Texas and Cheesehead going for P4 on track. And it is getting very tight between these two. And that's simmered down for a minute, but we're back at it. Matty is so annoyed with himself right now as he is in the pits putting on a new set of softs. It's okay, Matty. At least you're a reserve here. You know, you're gathering data. That's all that matters. Like, don't spin. It's probably the main data that you need. Cheesehead is 1/2 second off. Let's see. I think these softs are finally up to temp. 6.6 is the gap right now. If you've been watching those DeMar Hamlin clone TikToks, they have like a weird affinity with 6.6 or something.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't really watch TikTok too often.
Oh, dude. Jeez.
Yeah. Sorry.
Every third video is like a conspiracy theory about DeMar Hamlin. It's crazy.
You know that your page is tailored to you, right?
Oh my God! Look at Texas's lag. Cheesehead has to completely go down to the inside.
Where is Texas at?
Oh my God!
Oh, he's ahead of him.
This is really bad. This is really bad. I was gonna
I wonder what Texas is seeing, like through all this. Like he's off the track at turn 1.
I was gonna say it hasn't done anything since he made his pit stop, but that was even worse than when he was racing with Wingett. Poor Cheesehead had to get all the way down to like the almost close to the pit wall on the front straight.
Remember Mazepin in F2 blocking Sonoda like that to a pit wall? I don't know. It was a very rare memory I have of an F2 race from a couple years ago.
Schumacher doing that to Barrichello. That was probably the worst thing I've ever seen.
It was very similar.
Was that Spain? I think that was in Spain.
It was at Hungary.
Oh, it wasn't?
Yep.
Rugrat Matt says, really wish I didn't get taken out at turn 1 at the start. And of course, the guy that took me out is holding up cheese with horrible internet. What a guy. So I believe Rugrat Matt would be secure the perks. I'm putting 2 and 2 together.
I think that's a good observation.
Yep, looks like that was probably going to be a bit of an internet reprimand on its way. Would have been nice if we saw that last week in preseason testing. Again, forward your thanks to the PlayStation Network servers and those who make them.
Well, the gap's down to 5 seconds for the lead. Just about.
Well, Perks does confirm it's him, and it's nice to see he's been checked and released from the infield care center after retiring on track. But either way, yeah, we didn't see nothing. No snitching here. Loans, aka Chase, is now within 5 seconds of winning. He's cut down 2 seconds in 2 laps.
Man, half a second just in the first sector, or in the second sector of this lap alone.
Now, it's going to be one thing to keep up, or catch him. It's going to be another thing to get by him on those older softs.
Oh, who's that around? I think it's Exotic. Big P12.
Oh, man. Not been a great full-time debut for Exotic. But hopefully something you can build off of. He's going to have to wait for Natty to go by there. And 4.3 is now the gap, and this is what we're going to be watching. Meanwhile, we got a battle for P4, and don't look now, but these guys are actually catching Johnny Damon on those 15-lap old hards for the final podium spot.
We're going to see some Ferrari team orders here. It's not out of the question. I don't think these guys are probably in communication with each other, but they could prove me wrong.
We're talking to each other. You can't tell where Texas is going.
I thought he just lost it out of turn 2 a little bit.
It looked like he did. It looked like he did, but yeah, you just don't know. I've had a similar situation this very racetrack with Elliott in AM1 last season or 2 seasons ago. Can't remember, but just absolute.
It was a couple seasons ago.
RKO'd by lag. It was that bad. Almost
hit the Grosjean wall.
Yeah, I hit the Grosjean wall. I got lag RKO'd so hard. Thankfully, my
3.5 seconds for the lead.
3.5 seconds. So it is at about a lap. It's a second a lap, pretty much. And wouldn't you know it, there are 3.5 laps remaining as Exotic has retired in the pits. Thank you to those who followed protocol this evening. And remember, stay 6 feet apart on the podium.
It's 2023, man.
Yeah. COVID's still killing people, bro.
Yeah, probably people that have tuberculosis.
That's pretty offensive to Arthur Morgan, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, he died too, didn't he? No,
he did.
You can blame COVID for that one.
I know some people that will.
Let's see. Okay, good. I was worried that Exotic's car was going to come back on the track in front of Chase, but it did not.
Thankfully it did, but we've seen a little bit of a pause.
Oh, Cheesehead in Texas?
There's a little bit of
I don't know if that's real or not.
Yeah, you don't know. Dude, Cheesehead's going to have to send one into 4.
Oh, what is going on?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm kind of just waiting for Texas to like pop up in front of him or something.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Cheesehead, I have no problem with that move.
Yeah, I can't fault him for getting his elbows out.
I'd be pretty fed up with it too.
Yeah. 2 seconds.
The gap didn't really come down too much this lap. Could have been a mistake. Could have been the fact that he's down to 5% ERS.
Yeah, I would probably say a little bit more the ERS. How much does Wing It have?
30. Now, I mean, if you think about it, when you have more than 20% ERS in this game, you do progressively burn more down the straights. And when you're under 20%, the game tries to save you ERS so it doesn't burn it down the straights for you. So, could be losing a little bit of just smooth brain time to wing it. Where all you gotta do is hold the gas pedal down and you're gaining time. Even if he is gaining half a second through all the corners. But I'd say those softs are probably reaching their limits a little bit. Uh-oh. Texas is coming back, I think.
Yeah, still trying to figure out where his true placement is relative to Cheesehead. It's honestly kind of hard to figure out because he does kind of move in and out. I would assume this is somewhat correct. About 6/10 seems right. Oh, mommy, good Lord.
So now he's a second and a half back.
Oh, did he actually make a mistake, or is it lag? Is he gonna pop
I think
forward?
this looks, yeah, it looks like AI driving right now. Yep, there he is, 6 cents.
He Warren has sped in the pit lane and retired. And unfortunately for Red Bull, it seems like I was gonna. One of my storylines going into the preseason last year was, or last week, was that I thought the Red Bull was due for a turnaround. Warren had some really good results last year, kind of turned it around at the end. Finished, I think, 8th or 9th. Yeah, I finished 9th behind Perks in the championship. Unfortunately, something like no points for the Red Bull boys this evening.
Yep, and I think with Chase, I think it's just going to be too little, too late.
You gotta wonder what would have been if he had just gotten off of those hards and put on mediums at like a normal.
Or how about if he didn't get just boned in turn one?
Yeah, if he didn't get boned in turn one as well. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that part. But that is, yeah, that's probably even bigger than the strategy call, because he went from essentially first to last. So a good drive, good drive nonetheless from Chase.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we saw him do this last season too. I think he's going to be a little more disappointed with this podium if if things stay like they are, compared to his one last season where he kind of lucked into it with Dream half spinning on the last lap and Chase seizing the moment.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely. I mean that's his best qualifying too.
Yeah,
that is a very strong start to the season. We'll see if he did kind of fall off after his third place last year. Hopefully he can keep the momentum going.
Well, he was about the only one in the pre-race chat saying that he likes this track at Texas, and most of the drivers complaining. Not really a fan of the circuit here in Secure.
I feel like at its worst, this is like at least like a pretty vanilla track.
Yeah, I mean it's
I'm really
top.
Not sure
I'd say top 5
like
currently, at least in terms of an all-around circuit.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would go on to say, I mean, this is probably, along with Sepang and probably Kodo, this is probably Herman Tilke's finest work.
Oh yeah. It's kind of hard to compete with Sepang though. For being honest, I mean, it could be pulling on the heartstrings a little bit, maybe a little.
Oh, Texas just driving into the side of Cheesehead. I've seen that. That's why I no longer race in his NASCAR league.
Oh, we got him.
Just got him.
Oh boy. I feel like that's going to be a little feisty post race.
Absolutely. If I was Cheesehead, I would be none too pleased.
Let's see if Cheesehead, he could still manage to get P5 here. He's got to be careful though. His hearts are probably going to be a little spicy. Oh boy, he got into the back. Yep, he let him go. Let him go. I'm good.
Don't have any damage. We could follow that drama, but good to see Wing It here for the 3rd race in a row going back to Season 10. Wing It will win the first race of Season 11, followed by Chase NASCAR getting his 2nd career podium, and then Johnny Damon, former center fielder, not quite a Hall of Famer, but a multi-time All-Star, multi-time World Series winner. He'll finish 3rd as the super sub here in AM2 this season. Texas will finish 4th. We'll have to see what happens there, because
he could get a healthy warning for turn 1 shenanigans as well.
Orlando in P5 does a really good job on debut. Cheesehead in 6th. Another part of that, he definitely could have got more out of this race. That's for sure. Probably deserved a lot more. Garvey in 7th does a good job recovering. 19 laps on those mediums, by the way. That's
that's good. That's impressive.
DK goes 8th, making a double points finish for Alpha. Dream and Express, that's a double points finish for Mercedes, although the last 2 spots probably not where they want to be. Matty Robb on Dust Storm are the last 2.
Was only 8 1,000ths or 8 100ths, sorry, behind DK at the finish there. So probably a big close finish between those two. But it's kind of hard to disagree with the game there on driver of the day.
Well, we had a new guy not show up tonight. Maybe we should get into contact with Johnny Damon about taking a full-time seat.
He's next in line. If
he's anything quite like that, definite driver of the day from both of us, I think. Most of the chat would agree as well. We'll have to see if we can get him into the podium chat. E. Warren says, gosh darn it, why no safety car? Effing fuel. So it looks like he ran out of fuel. I mean, this is not really a track that'll bring out a ton of safety cars, unless you're like an EU3. No one DNF'd on track. Deathstorm says, whoever clipped me on lap 4. I've honestly already forgot. There was a lot of that going on. But that was your podium celebrations. Once again, Wing It, Chase, and Johnny Damon are your top 3. He's got a French flag. Very interesting. Hopefully he speaks English. He can come in here and chat with us. Texas Tornado in 4th, Orlando 5th. Cheesehead in 6th, Garvey in 7th, DK in 8th, Dream and Express round out the top 10. Matty Robbo and Deathstorm finish outside of the points. E. Warren, I Exotic, Harris Plex, Red Mask, Chewy, Tin Man, Perks, all do not finish here today. And this is only round 1 of, is it 18? 17?
Yes, 18. 6 races at break, 6 races and break, and then the last 6 races.
Well, that's symmetrical. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Speaking of fun, I rewatched last season's broadcast of this very race. And whenever Chase NASCAR joined, we tried 3 times to get his mic to work, and it didn't work any time. So I guess we can see what difference a season makes. I think he just
I'll be sure to yell at him.
I didn't think I don't think he had his audio shared. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. Who knows? We can hear him in here, but obviously the stream can't. Johnny Damon, welcome. Make sure that you have the audio shared in your party settings. Same goes to you, Chase. Make sure you have the audio settings on shared public or whatever audio show, whatever. Dude, I've had like 5 beers. Let's get this show on the road.
Well, I'll start with someone who I know has their audio shared, and that'll be our winner tonight here in AM2. Wing It, making it 3 in a row, going on from the back half, or the back couple races of last season. Pretty much dominated this one once you got around the lag fest. That was Texas Tornado. Walk us through your race and how you feel this sets up your season.
Well, definitely the best start I could have to the season. Certainly wasn't easy at the beginning, especially fighting with Texas. I thought I was the only one dealing with the lag there, but he was really hard to figure out where I needed to position my car, even at times spinning in front of me on my screen. But great start from P7 to go on the outside and to turn 3 and avoid all of the accidents to where Texas and I can just pull out a gap, and I think I needed just about every second with Lones catching up and doing the correct strategy at the end there, definitely putting on the pressure. Thinking I thought he would be able to catch up, to be honest, but just kept it controlled and was able to make it 3 in a row. So
yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I think your consistency there in the last stint definitely made it a lot harder for Chase to catch you. It was about 3 seconds in the end. When he came out the pits, it was about 6.5. So he did a fine job minimizing his closing rate there. But yeah, congratulations to you and the Alfa Romeo team on winning the first round here in AM2. And we'll move on to Chase NASCAR, also known as Loans, whatever it is, something like that. Our sole Canadian here in AM2. You finished third last season here. You finished second this year. Next season's a win for sure. But walk us through your race tonight. Yeah, I mean, the pace looked really strong. If you look at what happened in the race, turn one, namely, I think you definitely had your car in the right position and definitely had the pace to win it tonight. Air Kitten floating around. Do you have a question for him?
Well, if I did, the stream wouldn't be able to hear it.
Oh, okay. That is, it's good to know. Guy, way to go.
Part 2.
Way to go, Chase. I mean, it's two years in a row now. All right, same race, same podium. Get it. Yeah, I mean, get it fixed so the next time you're back in here, I can talk to you. It's in the PlayStation settings. We'll get it fixed. If you hang around in the party, we'll fix it after the broadcast. Yeah, well, congratulations to the Ghost of Chase on his P2.
He was very happy, and he was
he was ecstatic, and that was about it. But we'll move on to our super sub, and who may be graduating into a full-time seat here after that performance. Maybe possible former major league player, the Johnny Damon. Congratulations on your debut podium.
Thank you.
Walk us through your race. You had a pretty exciting one for sure, starting pretty far back in the pack on the softs, but definitely made the most of it. Walk us through the opening lap and then the rest of your race for us.
Honestly, I don't know what to say about the opening lap. I was talking to Cheese, and the plan was just survive turn one and go from there. And I just stayed on the inside and let the entire outside line pile up, and came out of turn one in P5. So, yeah, from there it was just kind of running consistent laps. I knew the soft to hard strat was gonna work, but I definitely was not able to keep pace with the front runners, but it was a fun race. I enjoyed it, and I appreciate it for the debut. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely put on a show for us. You know, if we have some more attendance woes like we did tonight, maybe you'll be getting a full-time seat here sooner rather than later. But it was good to see you on the debut for your COS career, and the first race here in AM2 Season 11. Kitten, you're good to wrap it up like a kid with this prompt.
Well, we could hear Johnny loud and clear, Chase. So
yeah. I mean, what's your excuse now?
Maybe try to be
Chase?
more like Johnny, Chase. I don't know. He's a ghost. Yeah, I guess if he responded, it wouldn't have even mattered. But anyways, congratulations to the podium. Congratulations to Wing It. Definitely cementing his status is one of the championship favorites going into season 11 here. 17 more races to go. Should be pretty exciting and hopefully as wide open as this one was. But yeah, we will have EU2 tomorrow. Is that how they're doing it now?
Yes. Yep.
EU2 tomorrow afternoon. Here, same place, same time. Well, not same time for us, but like 4 o'clock Eastern. AM1 will be same place, same time tomorrow, and then you'll get EU1 on Thursday afternoon. Yeah, I'm trying to think anything else. Big shout out to the sponsors, Fanatec. You've seen their logo floating on the bottom right corner of the screen. This is the Fanatec 500, presented by SimLab.com in association with DigitalMotorsports.com. Also shout out to Track Racer, Petrol Vibes, NordVPN, IMB Racewear, all the good folks that help give money to me. The $25 Outback Steakhouse gift card that I get every month for commentating what is certainly the most exciting division in Contest of Speed, AM2. We'll see you next week from Andy?
Canada.
Oh, God. I'm looking forward to...
I didn't make the schedule, all right?
I'm looking forward to that. But,
I love Canada.
Okay, well...
Wing it. Back. Back to back to back to back.
Chase is Canadian and he hates
speak
Canada.
Too soon.
Yeah, well, let's knock on wood, not get too ahead of ourselves. But that was the third straight win for Wing It, going back to last season. But yeah, for Wing It race winner Chase, there in the ghost of Chase, for his second career podium, Johnny Damon, who has a .30 BAC. I was, not past tense yet. I am Kid Petter. That was Andy Wu, and we'll see you next week from Montreal.